Let's talk about Katseye, the sudden global phenomenon that took the stage with their sudden viral hits on TikTok like Touch and Gnarly. I feel like Katseye has definitely brought back pop girl groups back into the Western market, because the latest groups such as like Little Mix and Fifth Harmony were like the last remaining ones I remember. Now we have more groups such as Flow, Say Now, and now Katseye. When I think of Katseye, I of course have to acknowledge the big K-pop influence the group has. Now, it's no secret that Katseye is heavily inspired by Korean pop music, as they have partaken in the Korean training system. Now, if y'all don't know, many of our favorite K-pop groups all have to go through a vigorous, strict, and very intense training process. These training programs involve several dance lessons, vocal lessons, acting lessons, even language lessons, and every month they are evaluated to see if they have made any improvements in their skills, ensuring they are good enough to debut in an upcoming new group project. What's cool about Katseye is that they have experienced this K-pop style training and documented it in their documentary series Popstar Academy on Netflix. Highly recommend watching it, by the way, as it showcases the process of how the group was formed. And it's just fascinating to see a more in-depth approach to the training system, as it's something that's still quite hidden amongst the Korean entertainment industry. It's just really cool to see the process of it all and how much work that's put into make a whole new music group. So, Katseye has made a big presence to the stage, and I just wanted to discuss a few different opinions about Katseye and address certain things that has been said about the group and put my own take to it. Hello guys, how are you doing today? If you don't know who I am, I'm Mountain Joy, or Harry for short. Welcome to my channel where I get into the nitty gritty into the Korean entertainment industry. Thanks for the feedback from my previous video. It's awesome looking at everyone's comments, and thank you for over 400 subscribers. I'm super grateful and happy to share more with you in the future. So this video is a little different, as it's more of a discussion video and me expressing my opinion on Katseye as a whole. So it's not really a what happened video, but don't you worry. I'm currently doing research for my next group video, so stay tuned for that. This video is more for fun and just trying out more variety of different content. Anyways, let's get into the video of me talking about Katseye. Okay, I just wanted to give a little bit of context on who Katseye are and introduce the members individually. Katseye is a global girl group that consists of 6 members: Sophia, Lara, Yoonchae, Megan, Daniela, and Manon. The group was formed by the collaboration of the famous Korean label HYBE, which has artists like TXT, The Seraphim, and of course BTS, and American record label Geffen, which has artists like Camila Cabello and Olivia Rodrigo. The members had to go through the vigorous training program to then participate in a survival show called Dream Academy, where the girls had different performances and viewers online get to vote which girlie they liked. Obviously, these girls became the final lineup. Looking into the first member, born in the Philippines, Sophia has always dreamed to be a performer, as she comes from a very famous family in her homeland. Her mother is a famous singer and stage actress in the Philippines, which most likely influenced Sophia to do the same thing. She shared that she secretly auditioned to be part of Dream Academy, and didn't let her family know until she got enrolled into the program. Sophia became the first member to be selected into Katseye, and is the official leader of the group. Next we have Lara, an Indian-American girl who was scouted online on social media. Before being a trainee, Lara would share her vocal talent by producing her own music and posting her own covers. And let me say, my girl can sing. Can we get back to the Lara also does a bit of DJing in her free time, which is real cool. Of course, with an amazing musicality like hers, Lara became the main vocalist of the group. Yoonchae had previous training experience in Korea before eventually joining the Dream Academy training program. She's been training since she was 12 years old and successfully debuted into Katseye, becoming the maknae of the group. Megan has been learning dance since she was young and has also had previous acting experience in a few gigs. She auditioned to be part of the training program and was set to debut as a performer. Megan is heavily praised for her performance skills as well as showing off a charismatic personality, solidifying her as the all-rounder member of Katseye, being a great vocalist, dancer, and rapper. And she's dyslexic.
I can't read. I'm dyslexic, but I love audiobooks.
Daniela popped out of parents who are already professional dancers, so it's no secret that she followed in their footsteps. Daniela has been dancing ever since she was a child, even performing on national television in shows like America's Got Talent. She is super fluid, learning different dance genres like ballet, hip-hop, and ballroom dancing. She can do it all, making her as the main dancer of Katseye. Finally, we have Manon, who was scouted through social media as she showed off huge potential star quality through her very convincing visuals. She did not have a dance background, but has appeared in some music videos for other artists. Manon was the final member selected to be in the group and is now the visual member of Katseye. Okay, so we met the girls. Let's get into addressing certain Katseye opinions. Now, this is more of a unstructured kind of video, so I'm just gonna go through certain topics and rumors that have been said about the group, and we're just gonna go from there. Okay? Okay. The first thing I want to talk on is Gnarly. So Katseye released their anticipated comeback with Gnarly, being the single to start up this whole beautiful chaos era. Now, when I think of Gnarly, by first listen and first watch, I immediately hated it. I was like, what is going on? What is this music video? Why is this happening? Why are they all cussing like mad? Why are the lyrics making they're not making any sense? I was very concerned. Obviously, I watched the video and I was just thinking to myself, where is the direction going? Because there's a very huge jump from the cis era, from debut to then touch. It's a very huge different vibe. So I was just thinking, what was Katseye's team doing to them? However, what I liked about this comeback was obviously the performance side. When the girls performed Gnarly on music shows, that's when my opinion started to change and I was like, okay girls, I get it. I get it now. I think the girls knew that there was gonna be a mixed reactions from the get-go, but I think they also expected some sort of switch up in opinions, which is kind of genius now that I'm thinking about it. Because when I think of Gnarly, I think of, wow, this song is so bad, but it gets people talking, you know? It's gonna get people talking. But then obviously, when you see how hard they go in the performances, I'm like, okay, I get it. It's a song to vibe to... Okay, not very... Okay, let me rephrase that. Just kind of like, we're here. This is the energy we give. Expect even more. You know what I mean? This is definitely like a song you start off with in a concert. You hype out your audience just with this song. And then that's when you know, oh, these girls are the shit. Literally. And I can't lie now that I think of Gnarly, I can't help but say, when I see Bubble Tea, I can't help just to be like, gnarly. So you know what, Katseye? I get it now. It's just annoyingly catchy. And the dance is fun to do. Shameless plug. Go check out my little Gnarly dance cover. When I think of Gnarly, I hated it at first, but now, love it. To an extent. But yeah. It's still a bad song though. Lyrically, it makes no sense. But it's just about the energy. I get it. Hyperpop isn't also my favorite genre, but I respect that they decided to try something new and unique. I respect Katseye for that as well. The second thing I want to touch on is one of the members, Lara Raj.
Yes!
Not too long ago, like a few months ago now at this point, Lara has came out to the world as being part of the LGBTQ community. She has come out as a bisexual woman on social media. So she came out as bi, and I just feel like ever since that's happened, but I know there's obviously been incidents before this as well though, but I just feel like Lara has been a target of huge unnecessary hate and backlash for some reason. Now, I noticed this more when she revealed her sexuality though. Lara gets a lot of hate racially and homophobically. I just think it's really appalling and upsetting. because, you know, we're in this 2025 and people are still reacting this way. It's crazy to me. I don't really want to give attention to these crazy events, but what I will say is there has been crazy incidents of people trying to report Lara to ICE, which is crazy because she is a legit American citizen born in America. Like, she's literally born in America, born and raised in LA. She's also just getting hate for just kind of being herself. Like, when I watch Katseye live, I notice Lara's humor is very... I just think she's really funny, and I think she's just really herself, you know. She doesn't care, she does whatever she wants. But I just feel like people just find that an easy way to target her and attack her, which is not fair, in my opinion. I also think this also started because of the whole Manon situation in Dream Academy, and the whole how... I think that the thing that Lara said about Manon, about how she was really... how, like, Manon got voted high because she's really pretty and not, like, how talented she is. Something like that. And like her laughing at her or something like that.
And then to see people who don't show up be at the top, it's just stupid. It's not based on how talented you are, like things that actually matter. It's just based on how pretty you are.
But obviously, you know, the girls are in the same group and you can tell that they have definitely moved on from that situation. Since obviously to them, that situation was a year or 2 years ago now. So it's just all in the past. I mean, they all move forward. I also noticed there was one incident in a live stream with Lara, Yoonchae, and Sophia, where both Yoonchae and Lara shared a story about showering together during the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. And a lot of people targeted Lara, giving her hate for basically showering with Yoonchae when she's obviously 17 years old. Now, Lara herself said that she asked Yoonchae's permission, and Yoonchae said she gave her permission. So I feel like people need to calm down, and then people start making it weird by linking it to her sexuality. And I just feel like, guys, you need to calm down. Lara is a beautiful woman. She's a very confident woman. She's super talented. She does not deserve all of this hate. And I just feel like it's very upsetting to me that a lot of people target her because of her race and her sexuality. And I just think it needs to stop, because you can tell that she's a genuine person and she's trying her best. Come on. Now, the third thing I want to talk about is Sophia. Now, I noticed that Sophia got quite a bit of backlash recently, actually, for liking a post about an actress who's also called Sophia, Sophia Wiley, who basically was talking about Katseye in a post. Here's the context. So Sophia Wiley was being interviewed on a red carpet event, I don't know what event, but she was talking about Katseye and saying how she was just praising Katseye, how much she loved the group, she was super happy, she was like, yeah, like, I love Katseye. One of my favorite groups so far right now. And then she commented at the end about Blackpink, basically saying that they are doing nothing right now.
Katseye is my bae. I love Katseye. I watch every one of their videos. They just performed at Lollapalooza. My girls are going crazy. And Blackpink, I love you. Even though you're giving us nothing right now, I love you still.
Now, a lot of people noticed that Katseye Sophia liked the post. People started to speculate whether she was shading Blackpink in any way. Now, this is kind of a stretch. I just kind of rolled my eyes because I'm just like, guys, just because she liked the post doesn't mean she hates or thinks Blackpink are just doing nothing. Obviously, Blackpink ain't doing nothing. They just released their Jump song and they're now on their world tour around the world. So I just feel like this is ridiculous. I completely like rolled my eyes and just like shook my head when I saw that post. I also feel like Sophia probably mainly liked the post because the actress was talking about Katseye as a whole. You know, I think she was just talking about the compliment. I don't think Sophia even cared about the whole Blackpink comment. What I will say though is Sophia Wiley shouldn't have probably said that last comment about Blackpink because it was unnecessary. And knowing the K-pop fans, especially Blinks, they will not be too pleased with the way that was said. But that's just my quick comment on that. Next, I want to talk about the Manon mistreatment speculations. This probably started blowing up when the Gabriella performance video was released on Katseye's YouTube channel. Obviously, in the video, you notice that Manon is missing from the performance. Now, a lot of people start speculating why is Manon not there. Obviously, before this, Katseye's team actually released a statement basically saying Manon had an injury or sprained her ankle, something like that. She hurt herself and she was unable to perform.
We're on set for the Gabriella performance video, and you might see that I don't have an outfit on. It's very unfortunate, but I sprained my ankle. It's better to not be dancing in heels right now to make sure that I'll be all set for Lollapalooza. I'm having so much FOMO, but they're killing it, and it's fun to watch them perform and everything. I hope you guys love Gabriella.
And we wish she was here with us today, and it's her birthday tomorrow.
But then another situation happened where Katseye and the Mattel doll brand Monster High did a collaboration with each other. Now, in this collaboration, the group did a whole music video and they all dressed up as monsters. It was really cool, really cute, or vibey. I loved it. Now, during the promotions of this collaboration, they would post some shorts and like some photos just to promote the collab. And I noticed that in one of the shorts, the girls received their own Monster High dolls. And you got to see like little clips of them reacting to it and how each member got to say a little thing about their doll. Like Lara saying how she finally got a doll with a bindi on it, and how Sophia used to collect Monster High dolls, and she was like, yeah, it's crazy that I have my own doll now, like all of this stuff, right? And then a lot of fans online noticed that Manon didn't get to show her reaction. Like her reaction wasn't shown in the short. And then that's when people start going, is Manon leaving Katseye? Like, why is she not being shown in these things? Like, why is she, like, and people just, like, why is she being mistreated like this? And then the Katseye solo pictures for the collaboration got released, and Manon was the only member that did not have her own solo photos uploaded online. Now, this stemmed to a huge speculation, and everyone went wild. They're like, why is Manon not there? Why is Manon the only one only missing? Everyone's getting upset, everyone was crazy, everyone was questioning it, like, is Hype or Geffen trying to sabotage Manon? Is she leaving the group? Is this just mistreatment? Like, why is her photo not there? I noticed this happens to other K-pop groups as well, like when they do promotions or collaborations and then they release their solo photos, one member's would be missing and people start speculating. So I didn't think too much of it, but it is kind of weird to not upload all the members' solo shots when you're promoting a group. So because the reaction kind of got out of hand, an editor for the marketing of this promotion responded to some comments and basically said that she did not purposely exclude Manon. It's just that she did not receive Manon's photos, so she couldn't upload her. She was just trying to make it clear that she did not want to exclude her, she just didn't have a photo. Which then started making Hype and Geffen look bad because it's just like, why are you trying to erase Manon? Why was she not involved? So then people started picking out more things like the Glossier billboard where the girls were posing in front of the billboard and Manon's face is covered and she's not there as well. And I just feel like people are kind of thinking too much about it. Then there were so many TikTok posts and then people commenting about it. And I just feel like this is a lot. After only a few events, I just feel like this is kind of a lot. In real time when I was reacting to this, I realized I was like, okay, people need to calm down because I knew Manon wasn't gone. And I just knew she was sick around this period of time. I do remember that. Oh, she had some issue. So I just feel like people need to calm down. And then I saw her response and I was like, I knew it. People were being ridiculous. Because she responded in a very funny, casual, easy way. And all she did was post a TikTok.
Wow. Hey, people.
She also sent a message on her Weverse account, basically saying she ain't going nowhere. So it was a huge overreaction, and I feel like people just kind of was like, oh dang, we overreacted. Yikes. Sorry. Manon wasn't going anywhere, guys. And that's how I felt when this whole situation happened. I was like, people being too much. People being a bit dramatic about this. But it is kind of weird and shady that her photos were not uploaded. That's the only thing that I was questioning. But that's all. Next, I want to move on to another Manon situation, and it's just the Manon backlash in general. So, Manon recently, at least, has been very absent in different performances. Now, I feel like this is a little controversial, because I also feel like a lot of this is just targeted to her because of how she got into the group. Now, spoiler alert, if you guys haven't watched Dream Academy / Pop Star Academy, Manon was selected because of her star quality. Now, during the show, she was edited in a way where she wasn't putting as much effort or commitment to the training process than the other girls. And that was the main conflict of the show, where Manon would be missing practice sessions and she would be absent from certain things because of her illness, and the girls did. And then when it came to voting, she would end up being high, whereas other members didn't because of her star quality, which I see. So I do understand the huge miscommunication. I do see that. And I get both sides of the story. Like, I put so much effort into this, but I'm not getting voted high. But I see Manon's side as well. She was absent and sick, and she couldn't do and perform what she had to do because of her illness. She was sick. What could she do? But then again, I also want to say that Manon also had no dancing background. Like, she probably didn't know how this worked. She didn't know that it was probably really serious, the situation, and I think that's just something that she had to learn, and luckily she did, because look at her now, thriving in her own group. However, she has been absent on certain performances recently, for example, their Mama Award performance, and then obviously recently their performance in Tokyo, and obviously the Gabriella performance video, and people are just like, why is Manon missing these events? And I just feel like people need to calm down, because I feel like what I like about Katseye and their team is they really prioritize health amongst the members. And you don't want your group to be overworked or creating serious issues that could, lead to worse things. For example, Megan, when she started forming their cis promotions, Megan was injured. She had a huge back injury, and that caused her to be absent in different promotions. Of course, she still tried to come. What I liked about the Katseye team is they always prioritized the members' health, and they did always try to include the members in different unique ways. For example, in their music videos, like the Game Boy music video, Lara was injured, and she still was in the music video, she just wasn't doing the choreography part. So I just feel like people need to calm down with this whole Manon just not doing it. Like, if someone's sick, would you want to perform while you're sick? And I feel like that's a situation that needs to be evaluated, because when you see K-pop idols perform and they get sick and they are still performing, a lot of people are mad about it. People are like, this idol shouldn't be performing because they're sick. But now it's kind of like the opposite way with Manon, is she's sick and she's missing her performance resting, and now everyone's like, oh, she's lazy, oh, she can't perform, oh, she's just not committed to the group. No, guys, if you're really unwell and you're risking your body and health just to do a performance to please everyone, that's kind of messed up. And I just like that they always prioritize health amongst the Katseye team. So people need to calm down. I said what I said. Finally, I want to touch on the big question, in my opinion, about Katseye. Is Katseye considered K-pop? Now, to me, this is kind of a sticky one, because my answer to this is basically no, they're not K-pop. But yes. Let me explain myself. So we all know that Katseye participated in Dream Academy, which is very hugely inspired by K-pop survival shows. Now, obviously, you guys know in Korean survival shows, different trainees come from different companies, they compete, they do different competition performances, and people vote, and then at the end of the show, the last fan voting, whoever votes the highest, get selected to be part of this project group. Katseye did the same thing. What makes Katseye different though is they obviously focus on the Western market. The thing with Katseye is they had a massive influence with K-pop, because obviously they had Hybe involved, they have the BTS choreographer involved, I forgot his name, I'm so sorry. They had different people in the Korean entertainment industry involved with this project. So it was a huge deal. And I just feel like, although they're not K-pop, they are technically K-pop because they use the whole training program. And the way the group is promoted is very K-pop influence as well. Performing on music shows, doing different appearances, doing fan signings, light sticks, fan chants. That is the very K-pop culture. But I feel like because K-pop now has become such a worldwide thing and it's exploded as of recent years, they're kind of now adapting that culture into the Western market, making the group more of a global group. Another example of this is XG, a full Japanese girl group who promote like Korean girl groups, and all their songs are in English. They're also a global group. So it's just interesting to me how it's kind of this huge argument. In my opinion though, I would say no, Katseye is not K-pop, only because they are singing in English and promoting mainly in the Western market. They're very Western based. However, the reason why they would promote in Korea is because they have a bigger market there, because they were kind of like formed there. You know what I mean? That's like their home, because Hybe. But obviously, they obviously cater now to the Western market, especially recently. Katseye has been definitely focusing on the Western market. with releases like Gnarly and Game Boy and Gabriella, very western-y influenced kind of music. They've been promoting their stuff in Western market, they do ads, they have them performing at different events like Lollapalooza. So I feel like no, Katseye's not K-pop. They are definitely a global group that focus on the Western market, but are popular in Korea because of the way the group developed and how they were made. Yeah. I don't know if I'm just rambling or waffling, but that's my thoughts on it. I hope I made any sense when I said all of this. Anyways, that's kind of all the stuff I wanted to touch on. I love Katseye, love K-pop. Do you guys like Katseye? What are your thoughts on the things I said? Do you agree with what I said? Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my little rambling of Katseye and the whole situation. Let me know if you agree with what I said. If you disagree, just share your opinions down below and then we can have a little conversation and debate in the comments. So yeah, anyways, this is obviously a very different kind of video. It's very relaxed and chill and more me talking rubbish. If you like this video, then give it a like and subscribe if you want more content, because I do other content as well. Feel free to check out my other videos that I release, like my What Happened to Miss A video, aka the Suzy group, because that's a fun watch as well. So yeah, but I hope you enjoyed the video and thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Bye bye.